Okay, so if you're a mobile musician using an iPad to make music with, then you have or will at some point most likely end up with a mess like this. And it's not fun to work with in the long run. So can the AudioHUB fix this for you? Yes. Yes, it can. Hello and welcome to haQ attaQ. My name is Jakob. I'm your host and you're watching a haQ attaQ episode. This is Novation's AudioHUB. It's a USB interface for Mac, PC and iOS devices. It even says so in the manual. Now, might this be the one? Was the first thing I thought when I saw it. 3 USB ports on there? That's right, 3 USB ports for connecting other USB-based equipment. And it works brilliantly. So, is the Novation AudioHUB the bomb? Well, I surely think so. I love everything about the AudioHUB. Well, there is this one thing. The case is metal, which is all good. I mean, I like it when my gear is sturdy, solid, and it is. But the case is brushed, and I finger my stuff a lot. And those fingerprints are really hard to get off there because of the brushed surface. Yeah, why do I even care? It's not like the fingerprints are going to affect the sound, right? Yeah, I'm gonna stop being silly now. So let's go through the features. And we're gonna begin with the rear end of the AudioHUB. To the right here, we can find the 12-volt DC jack connector. That's right, this thing runs off wall power. I know all of the gear that I usually feature on this channel, they're supposed to be mobile, portable, and this thing isn't. But I'll forgive the AudioHUB for that because this thing actually being connected to wall power is what's allowing us to connect up to 3 USB devices directly to the Novation AudioHUB when it's hooked up to an iPad and use it like that, and this without unnecessary extra USB hubs, and it's all being powered by one power adapter. Well, 2 if you count the iPad charger you can have connected to the USB 3 to Lightning connector at the same time, which is nice. Okay, so 2 power adapters. Okay, so moving on. Next to the DC power jack, we find the USB connector. And here is where you connect the AudioHUB to your iPad using an USB 3 to Lightning connector. Now, it also has 2 independent stereo audio outputs. And this first pair, 1 and 2, are mirrored. So you have one pair with RCA connectors, and these are unbalanced. And then you have another pair for tele plugs. These are balanced. And these are the ones you use when you want to connect to a mixer or amplifier. Now, both output pairs have their own volume controls on the top, and they're marked. So the first knob is marked 1 and 2, and the second one 3 and 4. Keeping our eyes glued on the top here, there are some really nice hulkishly green features. Hulkishly? More like moss. Or maybe slime? I'll call it Hulk green. So here are some LEDs, and they will glow in that hulkishly green. It just sounds ridiculous. You'll find LEDs for the audio inputs, outputs, and hub activity. You can also find a third knob here, and that's for controlling the headphone volume output. And the headphone connector, you'll find that one on the front. We're gonna stick with the front, but having a glance at the top, it says Novation. But there are actually Focusrite circuits in here. So on the front, you'll be able to find 2 Focusrite line inputs where you can connect other stuff. I'm hooking up my Mini Nova to this. Now, right between the USB connectors and the line inputs, you'll be able to find the input monitor switch. And so when you press this, you'll be able to monitor the input volume directly. Looking to the right of the line input, you can also find a gain switch. Pressing it will engage the gain mode, and you will have 10 plus decibels to work with for your input. Now, looking far to the right at the headphone space thing with the port, you can also find a button where you can switch from monitoring outputs 1 and 2 or 3 and 4. And And last but not least, those 3 USB ports, you find them to the far left. Now, there is one more thing that I do like about Novation's products, and it's the way that they provide you with colored cables for your gear. It's got the same color as the prints on top of the panel. And not only that, the bottom of the thing, yeah, it's got that same green color. I kinda like that. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning, the AudioHUB works for Mac and PC also, but I have not tested this myself and I don't know about the process or what you have to do or download in order to make the AudioHUB work with those platforms. No, I've only tested this with my iPad and with brilliant results. Now, I did do some recording tests, trying to record some incoming audio into the line inputs using various apps with audio recording capabilities. So I used AudioShare, Igor Vasilyev's audio mastering, and also Cubase's. Now personally, I work with 16-bit recordings in up to 44.1 kHz. You see, there are limitations with an iPad. They really don't have that much RAM, and you need a lot of RAM if you're gonna record audio of a higher quality. So 1644, that works for me. It sounds good, and I have space over in processors for other apps. But it is possible to record a higher quality audio with the AudioHUB on an iPad. You see, internally it can be set to record 96 kHz. So I did a short test with AudioShare just to see if it worked, and it did. But just a pointer though, don't expect to be working like that with bigger projects. The more audio you put in there with a higher quality, well, it's going to infuse your recording sessions with some unwanted frustration buffering spikage. And so I am sticking to my 16-bit 44.1 kHz recording sessions for now. It's about time to round this up, and I must say, this thing just worked out of the box. I highly recommend the Novation AudioHUB, especially if you're planning on using multiple USB media devices with your iPad, and of course also if you're looking for an audio interface. Then in that case, you just can't go wrong with the Novation AudioHUB. Now, how many times have I said AudioHUB? I have no idea, but I reckon it's a lot. Thank you so much for watching. All comments and ratings are very much appreciated. I've also got a Patreon account, so if you want to support creativity and good content here on YouTube, great reviews like this one, then why not become a patron? Now, if Patreon isn't your cup of tea, then I've also got a PayPal me link, so you can do a one-off donation if you'd rather do that. Now, if you don't want to do Patreon or PayPal, then you can spread the word, share my videos, press the thumbs up, it very much helps with the ratings, and if you decide to subscribe, don't forget to press in that little bell thing, because that way you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. As usual, I wish you a very productive week. Now go finger your stuff and have a lot of fun doing it.